But let's break down this phone conversation from jail, where it appears that he's talking to his kid. The call is incredibly difficult to comprehend. I don't know whether that's because of the prison phone system or something else. Either way, we're going to attempt to break down every single word. However, I suspect they're communicating in code because I can't comprehend what he's actually trying to convey. Interview a former federal prisoner who served time in 11 different prisons across 5 states and now advises individuals preparing for jail, says life behind bars is nothing like what most people expect.
Why there's a lot of violence there, they have housing units. And they're mixing bank robbers, drug dealers, rapists with white-collar people. And this is why Diddy, he can't go into a regular housing unit because somebody will take him out, for sure.
Words make clear that his intent is to improperly influence the jury pool in this criminal proceeding. During other calls, the defendant makes clear his intention to anonymously publish information that he thinks will help his defense in this case. And then there's a portion that is redacted, but it also continues. The defendant's efforts to obstruct the integrity of this proceeding also includes relentless efforts to contact potential witnesses, including victims of his abuse, who could provide powerful testimony against him. For example, on October 4th, 2024, in a call involving the defendant and one of his adult sons, the defendant says, and then again, it's redacted, and then they write, provide the clear inference that the defendant's goal is to blackmail victims and witnesses either into silence or providing testimony helpful to his defense. So Bradford, in other words, they're saying, A, they have him on tape saying, I want you to put forward this social media content to help my defense. And B, communications about him trying to reach out to people in the case and maybe using his family? Now, what do you think about that?
So those are two different things. The first part of it about him reaching out about social media, I don't put much weight into it. I think it's something that every defendant that's popular will do. It's something that every defendant that is popular has done. When you have, these allegations, and there's certain allegations that, this guy's a bad guy, you're going to have social media saying that he's a good guy. And whether or not it is orchestrated by the defendant or orchestrated by a PR team, it makes no difference to me. The second part of that, if he's trying to reach out to witnesses, that's the part that, obviously is probably their strongest argument, right? If they have witnesses that are willing to come in or people that are willing to testify to say, hey, listen, he gave me XYZ in order to say XYZ, that's completely different. I don't think that...
Basically, it's different ways to make it. You can make it with orange peels. You can make it with sugar. It's all different ways. But what a lot of people don't know, and why it is serious in prison, it could blow up. So if you don't know what you're doing and you don't let it breathe, as they say, it could actually be like a bomb. So it actually can blow up and everything will spray everywhere. But it can get you drunk, and it could also land you in the hole. So, I don't know as far as them saying he's going to move him out of the unit. I know it's a very serious ticket. I know he could lose his phone. He could lose commissary, and he could lose visits, and also maybe go to the SHU for up to 30 days or maybe more.
So, that's all serious stuff. I keep wondering about the sentence. Do you not think it's possible, especially since he campaigned, in his sentencing, that he was getting sober? He'd been working on, on a sobriety at the MDC, and now he's at Fort Dix. And if this is true, if the report's true, might they say, well, screw it, you're not getting your 15% off your federal sentence?
Right, so it don't work like that, but every ticket in the feds, if it's a certain degree ticket, you will lose some good time. We call it good time. In New York State and federal prison is two different. You could actually lose your good time in New York State or any state prison and get your good time back. The feds, once you lose it, you can't get it back. So if he does lose 20 days, 40 days for this, he cannot get it back, or whatever they recommend for him to lose, because they will recommend days to be lost.
Are federal inmates who are in many cases waiting for their trial as well. And Diddy claimed that somebody held a knife to his throat. He woke up and this guy basically had him, and he had the knife, and Diddy was at this person's mercy. Now, it's unclear what exactly happened from there. Was there a guard that came in? Did Diddy somehow fight this person off? Well, it seems unlikely that happened. Or did the person just leave? Bottom line, this guy, at least according to people close to Diddy and Diddy himself, could have hurt him badly or even taken his life. And I think that was something they wanted known during the hearing because they wanted the judge to take some pity on Diddy. It probably didn't help ultimately because he does get the 4+ year sentence. But again, this just is something that
right from the dark web that everybody told me I was lying about.
Man, say it again, Jack.
Everybody called me a liar. Said
that it didn't exist. It didn't exist, and I remember that.
Yeah, now things are coming out.
Yeah, you said they were selling it on the dark web. You said that. You definitely said that.
Yeah, don't nobody want to believe me. Meanwhile, Daphne Joy comes out saying that all of that stuff was done and released without her will, without her.
Accidentally recorded on my phone, so it stayed there.
It stayed there.
Right.
And while you and I took a break, you actually showed me this video.
Yeah. So yeah.
I was not prepared for what I saw in that video. I was not prepared. Because as we're watching, and it's got you and the girl, suddenly you see an oiled up Diddy walk by the camera. Now I knew, for some reason, I just thought the baby oil was for the other people. I didn't realize that he was baby oiled as well.
Yeah. He stayed oiled up as well.
Stayed oiled up.